Hey, welcome back. Chuck here with Milton Daily Homes. We got a list of, I think, 8 properties today. Kind of an interesting list. We start off with this one on Collis Court, which is about 1360, 1380 square feet. It's a croft-side model, and it looks like 2-car parking in the driveway. Pie-shaped lot as well. And it has the finished basement, although we don't see the pictures of the finished basement in this set of photos. So, upgraded floors there. Boy, I wish they had have changed the dishwasher out. I think for the cost to do it, to match it with some pretty nice appliances would have been a good idea. But it's clean, it's clutter-free. I think you can see how bright it is. There's not even a single light on in the house, and you can see that it really just works that way. No hardwood stairs, if you notice that. It looks like a pink carpet there. Laminate floors, and you've got 3 decent-sized rooms. The master has its own ensuite with a shower, and they're looking for a May possession. So the basic model like this should be in the 360, 365, some upgrades. The lot, the finished basement, they're a little high, but I mean, I could see them definitely doing quite well. Sugden is 399.8. And so what's nice about this is it's a townhouse, but it has 9-foot ceilings, which you don't see a lot in townhouses, period. And it's one of those real long and narrow homes. I hope that these pictures, they can maybe substitute for some higher resolution shots. For some reason, it's been a theme this week to see at least one listing a day that's been having the photos that are very pixelated. 8-bit photos is what we call them. McDonald Crescent is $399. It's a bungalow, and basically an original condition bungalow over on Kingsley was recently sold for $380. So you figure with some of the upgrades here, and it's parquet, I get it, but it looks like it's been kept really well. And you've got a kitchen here that I think is presentable. You might want to do some work on it eventually. And you get a bit of work done in the basement there. So overall, I got to say this one looks pretty good. April 12th is the magic date. And based on specifying a certain day, I would imagine that the sellers probably have a next step in mind. This one on Gordon Heights, I've been in the model before. I can't tell you how big it is. I'm thinking like maybe 1,600 square feet or so. The nice thing about a lot of these homes is there's 2 things. The first one is a lot of them do the double driveway, which is good. So you can do side-by-side parking instead of switching the cars around. Very, very handy. I've helped a lot of people move strictly based on that. So if you can find that in a relatively sort of safe zone for first-time buyers, just around the sort of under 450 mark, I think it's a good thing. The other thing is that it's 110-foot lots, so there's nice sized pieces of property. There's the family room, opens up to the kitchen. Sundial's the builder for this one. There's another room in the front of the house that's right there. And you can see how it interacts. So if you go down the hallway here, you're going to see the kitchen on the right and then the family room on the left. And so there it is there. Nicely done, but it's very small. I mean, I think about no more than one person could really do any work in the kitchen. Sundial is known for smaller kitchens and bigger lots. It's sort of a neat compromise in the sense that they really build homes that bridge that gap, because really nothing was built in Milton substantially in the 90s in terms of housing stock. And so these ones are the closest thing to what you find in the 90s, where you've got the 80s style lots, bigger, deeper properties, but you still start to see en-suites, walk-in closets, but you hold on to those smaller kitchens that were present right up until probably the late 80s or so. So even the 90s had small kitchens. So $439 is the price. Bottom line is I think that there's not a lot for sale right now under $450. They fill a nice niche, and if someone can live with that smaller kitchen, they get a huge property. They get a really good layout there too. So Bonning Crescent is $449.9. Semi-detached, I think it's about 1,900 square feet, all brick, and you can see there's a fence back here. I'm guessing if you do a map search, and again, Google Maps isn't perfect, and I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I have a feeling that this one is going to be backing onto the train track. So that's just something to keep in mind. There's a sloping berm to help with the noise, but you'll still notice it's there. It's basically pretty close to you. Even anywhere on Bonnin, you're not that far from the train. Looks like it's on a pie-shaped lot, so you probably get a bit of a wider, deeper lot. Dark hardwood, again, 9-foot ceilings. 9-foot ceilings is one of those things, once you have it, it's very hard to move back to a home that has 8-foot ceilings because you really get used to that spacious feeling inside. Same thing with ravine lots too. If you don't have a neighbor behind and you tell someone to go move to a house with a neighbor. It's very, very difficult for someone to do that. And so it's a great floor plan, open concept. You've got good sized rooms upstairs. $449, they're probably banking on the semi with the premium lot, and I would agree with that. I don't know how much the train tracks is going to affect them. That's a bit of the X factor on this one. It's not something we can necessarily quantify, and I know it's a tough thing when I meet with a client and say, look, I'm not sure what buyers are going to think about this. Some buyers may not mind it at all. Some people are going to knock you down $30,000, $40,000 for it. The truth is it's probably somewhere in between those two on average. So Savaline, $44,900. Sterling model, so just under 2,100 square feet. I don't know if it creates a real wow impression inside. I think there's some upgrades in the kitchen. It's a nice floor plan. I guess they dressed up the laundry room. I would have taken the baskets right out, but I mean, I guess they decided to put color or pattern coordinated towels in the laundry. April possession on that one. Pringle is $579. It's an upland. It's about 2,300 square feet. It's the 4-bedroom version, and no finished basement. This, to me, just screams of sloppiness. Like, to put a dog crate, what's the first thing you see there? Are you looking at the room? Are you looking at the nice hardwood floors? No, you're looking at spots staring at you, saying, pick me, pick me. And dark photos, again, that shot, that's all you see, the stuff in the corner here. So the presentation is so important. We always say the first showing is really online, so you got to make it good. Same thing, dark here, it's hard to see anything on this side here, the pot drawers. You can obviously see the shine on the countertops, which is good, the undermounted sink, the island, and then you've got the gas range as well. So usually the uplands, are selling for less than $550, and then you've got your upgrades. It would be a tough time. I would expect at this price to be looking at a finished basement and probably better photos there. This one on the 8s probably gets the chuck pick of the day. It's $619. About 25 something square feet. Same thing with the stagger garage we talked about yesterday. You lose a parking space here, but you actually gain a room on the inside of the house. And it's a good floor plan, so you've got your dining room, so coming down the hall, around the stairs, and then that's your other room, so you can close this room off. That's a great little space for an office, kids' playroom, anything else. It's got a bit of a coffered ceiling there. 9-foot ceilings, nice upgrades inside, including a range over here as well, and microwave and stove built in, countertops, everything else. The popular scheme of dark and light, and then we've got, now we don't see closets photographed often, and to be honest, there's a good reason why. That is probably the best closet shot I've ever seen on Daily Homes. Even the little bench right inside here. Fantastic stuff. So way to showcase a feature that's hard to showcase, and then you've got a pond behind too, which does add value. Yates is a little bit busy, but I'll tell you, overall this one's got to be like, it looks like it's a good deal for this home. You'd expect this home to kind of be hovering in the high 5s, and then with all the upgrades plus the pond behind, they're rocking and rolling. That was a great job pricing that one. I think it's a great listing. And someone would be happy there if they only want to park one car in the driveway. So you've got a lookout basement, you get high windows and everything else. And normally if a house is high and you get a lookout basement, you have a neighbor behind and you actually lose privacy. But this one here, nothing behind. You can just relax and enjoy it. The sun sets off the pond and everything else are wonderful. So have a great day. Definitely check that one on Yates out. If you want to call us to see it, all you need to do is give us a call at 905-693-9346. Have a super day.